Michael Schenker, born January 10th, 1955, is a German guitarist. He played in the rock group UFO and leads the Michael Schenker Group. He was an early member of the rock group Scorpions, a band co-founded by his elder brother Rudolf Schenker. In the mid-1970s, Schenker joined UFO, playing lead and rhythm guitar. He left the band in 1978 to briefly rejoin Scorpions for the recording of Love Drive, and then to form MSG. He has joined UFO 3 times, producing an album each time. Schenker continues to perform and record. He is regarded as one of the most influential guitarists of the 1970s, and has been called a legendary figure in the history of metal. Schenker started playing the guitar at an early age, after his brother Rudolf got a Gibson Flying V guitar for his birthday, which captured his imagination. His main influences were Jimmy Page, George Harrison, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, Leslie West, Johnny Winter, Steve Marriott, and Rory Gallagher. He played his first gig when he was 11, with Rudolf and Scorpions in a nightclub. Schenker played with the Scorpions on their debut Lonesome Crow at the tender age of 16. After recording their first album, the Scorpions opened up for a new up-and-coming band called UFO in Germany. Schenker was invited to be lead guitarist of UFO, with Rudolf's blessings. Michael Schenker accepted. Schenker co-wrote most of the songs on UFO's major labels. His career with UFO was turbulent, sometimes walking off mid-song and causing shows to be canceled, and I myself remember that. He quit UFO after their show in Palo Alto, California in 1978. UFO's singer Phil Moog later claimed that I left UFO over a disagreement about which version of Rock Bottom appeared on Strangers, Schenker recalls. But don't believe everything you read. Schenker briefly rejoined Scorpions in 1978 when they were recording Love Drive. He composed and played lead guitar on Another Piece of Meat, Coast to Coast, and Love Drive, although it was believed for decades that these 3 were Schenker's only contributions to the record. During an interview, Schenker vehemently maintains that he contributed to the entire album. In 1979, Schenker briefly toured with the band in support of the album. He blamed his very short stay because he didn't like playing other people's songs. He was permanently replaced by Mathis Jabs, who originally joined Scorpions before Schenker's return. Rudolf Schenker auditioned for AEROSMITH in 1979 after Joe Perry left. After the death of Randy Rhoads, Ozzy Osbourne's first call was to Schenker to replace Rhoads, as the German guitarist's iconic Flying V was a huge influence. But Ozzy Osbourne claims Schenker made too many outlandish demands, including a private jet. Schenker himself, in an interview, claims that he was the one to say no to Ozzy. If I would have joined Ozzy Osbourne, I would have screwed up my life. I was almost about to do it, he says, and something told me don't. Schenker has also claimed that at some point he was offered but turned down joining the likes of Deep Purple, Thin Lizzy, Ian Hunter, and Motorhead. In 1979, Schenker started a solo career by founding the Michael Schenker Group. The history of MSG had quite a few conflicts. Original singer Gary Barden, who sang on the very first 2 albums and a live album, was fired in favor of Graham Bonnet. Bonnet lasted one album, Assault Attack, and a single gig. In 1993, Schenker rejoined UFO. He co-wrote with Phil Mogg nearly the whole of the reunion album, Walk on Water. After that, he resurrected the Michael Schenker Group with all new members and recorded 3 more albums. Schenker fell on hard times in the early 2000s, despite he rejoining UFO that year. In 2004, recognition came from Dean Guitars, which began producing a Michael Schenker signature series, Dean V. 2005 was the 25th anniversary of the Michael Schenker Group. Schenker put together a new album of songs called Tales of Rock and Roll. In 2016, Schenker toured Japan under the name the Michael Schenker Fest. And there you have the history of the great guitarist, Michael Schenker. I was a great fan. And a personal story that happened to me. I was working at a music store, and a motorcycle pulled up with a very pretty red-headed girl on the back of the motorcycle, and the guy that was driving the motorcycle looked about 30 years older than her. So I happened to just look, and they walked in the door and right up to me. She asked if there was a latrine, bathroom. Yes, right down the corridor. And he was there standing with me, and I had said to him, "Geez, you know who you look like?" And he said, "Who?" I said, "You look like Michael Schenker." He says, "He is my brother." I said, "Yeah, right." No, he is my brother. I am Rudolph Schenker." And he took his wallet out, I kid you not, took his wallet out and showed me his driver's license. And I looked at it and I said, "Rudolph Schenker." I said, "My God, Rudolph Schenker. Wait a minute, the Scorpions." "Oh my God," I says, "I should have known you were Rudolph. Sorry about that." No, I love my brother. I'm glad you knew. But that's what I said. You look like Michael Schenker. But it was Rudolph Schenker personally talking to me. At the time, they weren't having a beef. So they were happy with each other. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you ever so kindly for visiting us here at the Guitar Temple, where the musician comes to mingle. And I hope you will like, comment, and do leave us a tip if you feel led to do so, or buy us a cup of coffee in the description area below. Please do tell a friend. We do have merchandise available also in the description area. And I hope to see you here again, Guitar Temple. If you saw Michael Schenker live in concert, let me know. Put it in the comments. People like to read that. Till next time, thank you so much for visiting us here at the Guitar Temple.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.